Here at Fishhook, when we develop an idea or we find an idea that's really proven to work, we want to share it. Well, this video is a little different. Today, I want to share with you an idea that's kind of been rolling around in my head for some time, and one that we're testing out with a couple of our clients. This is an idea that I think could revolutionize a church communications team. And by team, I mean everything from the one-person communication director who does it all to a big team of 3, 4, 10 or more people who get to specialize. It seems to me that in many churches, the leaders see the communications department as a limitless resource that can serve every ministry of the church endlessly. Now, I know this is sort of an exaggeration, but what I see is this. A church starts with one person, the communication director, and they expect that one person to do an almost unlimited amount of work. The leaders, and often the communication director themselves, push healthy work boundaries to meet every deadline and turn out a superhuman amount of work. Now, periodically, that one person or that department asks for more help, more staff, another hire. And well-meaning leaders encourage healthier boundaries, and the communication director works to make things better, but eventually the load continues to grow, and the person or team is creatively worn out, emotionally stretched thin, and spiritually burned out. Then, in an effort to get the comm director out of the fetal position and back to their desk, church leaders give in and grow the team. And I don't mean to vilify anyone in this, because often everyone on the staff at a church is working so hard because weekends keep coming. That's just sort of how life is on a church staff. Here's the thing I've been wrestling with, and it comes from 28 years of agency experience. I think there might be a better way, and I'm currently calling it creative services allocation, and it's all about tracking data to drive a better staffing model. For now, I'm going to simplify it, but here's how it works. Step 1. You figure out how much time it takes to plan and do projects and all the pieces and parts of projects. How much time does it take to make a banner, to have a planning meeting with a ministry, to update the website and make the bulletin each week? In an agency setting, we'd think of these as project budgets based on the hours it takes to get a job done. Step 2. You calculate how much time you and your team have in a year. How many hours do you work in a week, a month, and a year? You total that all up. Then you subtract out all the time that you're in staff meetings or team retreats or other kind of non-project productive time. You now have a working bucket of hours. In the agency world, I'd call this your billable hour capacity. Step 3. Here's where your church's strategy and priorities come into play. And you should probably do this step in conjunction with senior leaders. You're now going to assign a percentage of all those available hours to each of the ministries in your church. In agency terms, we'll call these your clients. Of your department's time, what percentage will go to supporting the weekend services? That'd be sermon series promotion, stage design, etc. What percentage of your time will go to helping the lead team, small groups team? How about kids, students? On an annual basis, every ministry gets a percentage of your time. Now, step 4, and this will take some math. Turn those percentages into hours based on the available hours you calculated in step 2 and the percentage of hours for each ministry in step 3. The result? You now have budgets for all of your internal clients, for every ministry of the church. And now you can work with each ministry on how and when they want to spend those hours with your department. And in doing this, you'll change the narrative with the teams you serve in the church and with the leaders of the church. You'll move away from "we feel too busy" to "we now have a way of measuring our capacity." You've just allocated your creative services across all the ministries in a thoughtful and realistic manner. Creative services allocation. Voila! Now, this is simple, but not easy, and it won't relieve the pressure to get a boatload of work done. But it can become a realistic way to budget your time across all the people you're called to serve. Are you intrigued by this concept? Or are you already doing something like this in your church? If so, let us know by clicking on the link under this video. We're thinking about doing a webinar or creating other resources, and maybe that would help you or your church. I fully believe creative services allocation will bring wholeness, balance, and health to any team that moves in this direction.